Kaushalya is asking, ma'am, how to attract right partner into life using law of attraction? What are all the steps we need to follow? What a wonderful question, Kaushalya. First thing I want to tell you is when you say that using law of attraction, right? Now, a lot of people have this understanding that the law of attraction is something that you use as a one-time method, or it has some sort of like you have a magic wand and you use it. I want to correct that for you, and I want to first tell you that you are not using law of attraction once in a while, but law of attraction is like a tool that's active in your space 24 hours. You heard it right. It's working for you 24 hours. So the life that you're leading right now, or the people that you have in your life, or the opportunities that you are getting or not getting in your life are coming from the space that the law of attraction is working for you, whether in a negative way or a positive way. The law of attraction works on the two other fundamental laws. The foundation of the law of attraction is law of vibration. Now, what does that law of vibration mean? Law of vibration means that everything in this world, whether it's alive or whether it is animate or inanimate, both have energy and atoms. That's how the universe is made, right? So atoms without energy will not have any existence. And everything in this world oscillates at a certain frequency and a certain vibration. Especially when it comes to attracting a partner in your life. It comes as like attracts like. What do I mean by that? Now, a lot of people tell me this, that, like suppose let's take an example of somebody who has probably an abusive partner, a physical, verbal abuse or an emotional abuse, whatever abuse is. Now this person is saying, how am I? I'm not at all abusive. How are you saying that this person is I have attracted this person and like attracts like? Now let me explain this a little bit to you for us to understand what are the steps that you need to get into to attract the right partner. Now the first thing that you need to understand is we are all as we are all products of the upbringing, the childhood that we have been through, right? So whatever our first early experiences related to and see, every experience that you go through mostly comes through relationships, right? Whether it's the parents in your life, grandparents, or any other elder in your life, you have those experiences in your life, and depending on what kind of experiences that you had as a child, what kind of parental attachment that you had, as in did you feel that your parents compared you a lot, or there was a lot of competition or comparison, or maybe there was trauma or betrayal or injustice, or you felt abandoned or rejected, or maybe there was a lot of criticism, that there was a lot of shame, guilt, etc. involved. So basically, when you go through a certain sort of a experience in your life that gives you an incompleteness within you, you go into the world and you have been living that experience. Let's take in one experience, say trauma experience, okay? Suppose you have a parent or had a parent who was abusive, maybe emotionally or verbally abusive. Like, your parent was hurt himself or herself, and your parent didn't know how to take care of you, or anything that happened in their life, they just used you as a to take their anger or whatever it is, and any mistake that probably you made, either the parent will say, yeah, it's okay, never mind, you'll be fine, and everything will be fine. Another kind of a parent would be like, saying that, hey, how can you make a mistake? You're such a stupid, you're so dumb, you can't even do this. Look, that person is doing so well. You can't even do this. So if you have been through something like this, now what happened is it's not a one-off experience, right? It's probably happened to you so many times. Now that pattern that created in your brain, that you learned that love is this. This is how love feels like. Love is abusive. I'm just giving an example, okay? You got to figure out yourself what it is for you. Now, if your definition of love is abusive, or if your definition is love means sacrifice. Now, what you're going to do is that pattern is going into your body and creating that emotional circuitry inside you. The chemicals are running in your body that are again and again reiterating to you that love is abusive, love is sacrifice, love is not this, love is not that. Now, no matter how beautiful people come in your life, when you look at them, you will start either feeling this is not right, even though they are very good, or you'll start feeling I don't recognize this as love. This is not the right opportunity for me. And a lot of times people don't take these opportunities because they can't even see it. They start feeling this is out of reach. This is not something that I understand. And sometimes you feel jealous and envious for other people because you start feeling that how come they have it and I don't have it. There are various emotions that you go through, and then you go into the world, and what happens is, see, your first experiences are from the known people whom you trusted and loved, and now you grew up and you went to the world and you are connecting with strangers. Now part of your brain is saying that, hey, you know what, you could not trust your loved ones, and even when you trusted them, they betrayed you. Imagine what this person is going to do. Now in your space, you have an antenna that is sending the message: comparison, 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 shame, guilt, whatever that you've been feeling inside. Now that frequency is going out. And when you meet a person who is also probably gone through another kind of experience, what your result of your experiences became is you are now going to the world with the lens of comparison. Maybe somebody else also went through similar experience, but they did not become like you, but they became opposite in terms of, I went through so much of comparison, I'm going to give hell to this world. Whoever comes in life, I'm going to make sure that I am going to take that revenge. How dare somebody do this to me? I'm going to make them, go through some real torture, real problems. Now, what happens is when you go into the world, you match frequency with that person. Because you are oscillating at frequency of comparison, that you are looking for comparison, and this person wants to give comparison. Bam, you connected with each other. And that's how a lot of people, I shared this with you guys because it's very critical to understand that how do you attract the relationships. If you have a toxic relationship, if you have some patterns going on in your life, this is how you attract them. And yes, you can break them. How do you start breaking them? Is like attracts like, right? People always will be there, and there will be different kinds of people. Now, if you are sending a frequency out that I'm looking for comparison, if suppose you heal yourself, if suppose you take care of yourself, you heal all your past experiences that made you feel a certain way, and you start sending the frequency of love, gratitude, happiness, joy, fun. Now, when you send that frequency out, automatically somebody else who's looking for love, joy, support, happiness, you're going to match that frequency. And you're automatically going to attract that person in your life this time. You're not going to chase that person. So, law of attraction is not about chasing something. Law of attraction is about attracting something, right? Attraction is a word. So, you don't chase, but you become. So, you got to become that person whom you would like to attract. So you got to first, Kaushalya, write down what kind of a person, what are the attributes, what are the qualities of this person. And not in one area, but like physical, mental, emotional, financial, spiritual. What could be the hobbies of this person, everything. And once you do that, you ask yourself this question that, do I oscillate at this frequency? Am I at this frequency at this moment? Or do I need to heal myself? Do I need to take care of certain things in my space so that I become an attractor? I start becoming the magnet and I start attracting this person in my life. So the first step for you is to heal yourself. If there's any baggage, if there's anything that is there, you got to clear that up, empty your vessel, and start filling it with the qualities, attributes, the emotions that you want to feel in that relationship. How do you want that relationship to be? It's one thing to attract the right partner, and it's another thing to be with that person and continue living with that person. So you got to match your goals. What are your milestones that you want to achieve in your life? What about in future? What are your financial goals? What are the goals you have about your children? Everything, the goals has to match. The paths may be different. It's not necessary that the same path has to be there. That person can achieve the same goal from a different path, and you don't need to be walking on the same path. Paths can be parallel or exactly opposite. It doesn't matter. But the milestones and the goals have to be on the same page for you to continue to be in that relationship. So one thing is attraction and then continuing. And continuation can only happen when both of you keep elevating yourself at the next frequency. Because every time you go to the next goal or the next milestone of your life, a new frequency will come, and then you have to upgrade yourself to that new frequency. And when you start upgrading the frequencies, believe me, the life becomes so beautiful that you start attracting the right things, the right opportunities, the right possibilities, and the right people in your life. So God bless you, Kaushalya. I hope this helped you and helped a lot of people in this live right now.